working, so we're busily trying to chase numbers up the tower ourselves. But wow, doing absolutely front. Des Rowe just took Craig Olive on the inside, no problems at all. So Craig's just easing up there. He's not quite sure. And that other car, it's number 41.
Side by side, Colin gets the jump, goes a little deeper. As Stein fires the Q6 down the inside to take position number 2. Thomas settles down into 4th spot. He's got the 65 of Lawn right behind him. Oh, the one struggling is the 79 of Mate. Division, you can get yourself a competitive jump in. You've got to know how to drive the thing. And there's certainly a battle on for 3rd spot. Larabout is basically stuck to the bottom of the racetrack. The 3 of Beering gets ball. Vishu pedaling the 23 to try and gain ground, but you can just see just drifted high and lost nearly 2 car lengths to Pagel that time. Really a line-based racetrack.
Top star split just to allow pace difference to be a little bit smaller than you would expect. The white flag has been waved. Look at this. Around the outside, go Doody on the opportunity. Using Ethan Jenner pick. Goes to the front into 3 and 4.
Still your clear leader from Dennis Booth and his Serrana. Olives made the jump clear into 30. Starting to catch these 2, but I don't think he's going to have enough laps.
The Cowboy using his joker this weekend. Double points for him. He's already up to 5th place. Looks to the inside of Martin, and there's a bottleneck. He was just a little bit too polite there, Brendan. Could have made the move. Thought better of it. And Callum Beerling heads to the front.
As the heavens start to open up here, Steiny down the inside, gets the jump. He's up into 5th now. McLean's now on the inside of Grabauer, our previous round winner. He's now down the inside, trying to make a move for 4th spot. Grabauer still persisting with that outside there, side by side down the back straight. White flag out this time by on the Bundaberg 23. Hunter in the 82. Egel this time looks to the inside of Vishu. Big dive down the inside. Vishu gives him some space as they go side by side through 1 or 2. A little too much as Pagel gets into the lead. Exiting turn 4, shaking our junior sedans as they make their way out of the final corner. Jenna gets a bit crossed up behind the 77, backs out of it to straighten the car up. As Gemma now goes.
Brad Smith running in the 2nd spot. He's got Armstrong and Smith right behind him. Smith looks to the outside. Oh, runs out of room. And Armstrong picks up 2 spots. Gets past Smith and gets past Bennett. And Bennett might have damage on the right front corner, I think. Trying to chase down Armstrong. Armstrong looking really good here, Brendan. Catching Schultz, who again. Oh, no! Van Seelen up in smoke. The 22 goes up.
Gets the jump. Boothie goes from the 2nd row. Oliver and Packer, that whole inside row. Oh, heavy contact with our Nostalgias into turn 1.
Oh, wow.
And the Sedan New Stars heat race number 3. Gemma Reese has now started to come under some pressure on the outside of Parmenter. Side by side through 3 and 4 they go. Some contact further back between Grambauer and Thomas. Thomas on the outside now.
46 car has pulled it on the infield from the main
straight. It survives, and they continue on for a couple of laps to go. Here comes Hearn.
Hearn around the outside, can't get it done that time. Steiny's back into this now. He's on that pole line as Hearn looks to the top. It's more white flag out. Larabout crosses the stripe for the last time. Vishu unable to make a dent because of the cone. Barsby's trying the outside in the Maribyrnong number side by side down the back straight. Almost ran out of room, but Vishu came back down and gave them some space. Lawrence now, he's on the bottom of the racetrack. Wooten driving through the middle. Carlish is the one, the cork in the bottle. Armstrong edge, Lawrence goes each other as they exit turn 4.
Oh, what a pass from Carter Armstrong. That was racy. Luckily the leader. There's a battle going on for minor position front, but no one will be able to touch the Black Diamond race car as he comes through turn.
Yeah, side by side. Turnbull gets a little out of shape, drifts a little high. Swindells is there in 2nd spot from Montgomery. Petersen is running there in 4th. Gemma on the outside in the XL. Gets one. Can she get another on the outside? As Vishu goes down the inside, they're almost 3 wide entering turn number 1. Claire thinks better off it, backs out of it. And they're side by side. Down the back straightaway. Claire again. Tries to pick that bottom.
Did not work for him in turns 3 and 4. Drew Lawrence in that second spot, holding up Daniel Bennett, who looks to the inside. And look, 75 of Alan Schultz wants to get in on this battle as well as he gets to the infield. Look out, this could be ugly. Oh, and Lawrence goes around from the field, look out. Oh my goodness me.
So sympathised spinning, but everyone avoids contact.
To the green flag. And they're eager off the second row. Flag for away. Vischer gets a good jump. As it's a 79 of Attard straight to the outside of Rees. Into turn 1 they go. Doody now looking for a big move around the top of the Maryborough 7 with a great drive. Doody gets up to second place momentarily because Attard will fight back to the bottom.
Those spots where he lost earlier because of that flat tyre, he would have been well and truly off the start of this one. But he's had to pass a couple, but he's got it in the lead. Straight up, doing an absolutely fantastic job. He'll be stepping up to top stars, no problem at all.
50 from the headers possibly. Still some issues for the Maryborough 51. Meanwhile on track, Sam Doody has started to pull a nice little lead here to the 2 Bundaberg cars. Claire Vischer in the 6th. The one of those running in second spot. For sure. Young Jack Vischer as well running here tonight. The older brother of Claire in the top stars event. Won a heat race earlier on. Their feature race will be on track next. And again, 3 and 4. Has driven spectacularly all night long. He comes to take the checkered flag, and Sam Doody takes out the New Star race win.
Number 7, we're ready for a green one. Lights go green, we're away. Vishu with the jump, but Donna pulls him back in as we go side by side into turn 1.
Vishu stays tough around the outside, gets the run in on the back straight away and leads into turn number 3 ahead of AJ McDonald.
Comes McDonald now, all over the back of the 23 of Vishu.
Good battle for the lead of this race. The 2 Bundaberg cars running 1 and 2. Gimpy running 3rd of William Payne.
It just lets McDonald have a little bit of a sniff. There's 2-0 between as they go through 3 and 4 once again.
Yeah, we mentioned Jack Vishu making the step up to the top stars this season after a very short stint. It is still Jack Vishu out front ahead of AJ McDonald. 3rd place will be William Pagel. Aidan Barnsby running in the 4th spot. 5th place will be the 71 of Hutchinson. And the big gap back to, I think it will be Doody and then Hedke. Our cars still remaining in this one. Just that 20-lap feature race of the junior.
Vishu gets it away as Barsby creeps up towards the fence as well. So, yes, it's 20 laps, but they're certainly pushing, Braden.
Yeah, and again, you don't know.
As they go 3 and 4 for the final. So, the winner, tonight's top star final, Jeff Vishu. McDonald home 2, and then a long way back to Pagel, who...
The lights are out, and we go green.
Nice even start from the bottom. So we get to turn number 1. Beerling holds on the bottom. Lerenbelt on the outside. Thomas has made a jump. He's up there in the 3rd spot. Looks to the bottom of the racetrack. Steiny's dropped off a little bit in the opening stages. Lerenbelt still on the outside of Beerling. Can't get it done. But a second phase in the corner. He does have a burst. They're still side by side. Down into turn number 1.
That was unbelievable from Terry Lerenbelt. I was with you, Brendan. I thought his luck was run out by the time he got to the exit of turn 4. But somehow he found... He goes high in 3 and 4 once again. And he's pulled it off again, Brendan. You've got to be kidding me. Terry Lerenbelt back out front ahead of Callum Beerling. But Beerling fights back to the inside, and Gavin Thomas sitting there watching all unfold in front of him.
Side by side racing for the Modlites. And you're right, there's definitely something in the top, but it's in that phase of the exit where Lerenbelt's really starting to pull a gap, but he's finally got it done.
I don't know if the dew's starting to set on the racetrack is making it a little bit slippery up high. But no one's running the top. Look at this. Collins goes to the inside of Gavin Thomas. Beerling has issues into one. That allows Luribel to get to the back. It's happening every sideways on the entry. But then gets a good enough exit as they all board behind him. Now here comes Cox to the inside of Luribel. They rub panels, bumper to bumper, and Collins forced the 25 wide, and now Collins is up to second. Right there, Brendan. He just needs a little bit more straight away.
And we're coming up to lap traffic. Oh, and Burling hesitates for a second, a split second, if you will. And Collins goes through, makes contact with the 79, and somehow doesn't roll the Q21.
He needs to, holding onto that pole line. It jumps over the bumps into turn number 3, spits it sideways, and he takes the white flag. One more to go.
Last lap around the speedway for the Modlite. KC goes for it. He's upstairs. There's nothing out there. The car just drifts backwards. Tried it. It's going to work. Beerling's just got to hold on for 2 more corners. As Stein shoves the door for 3rd spot, but Beerling's going to get it. He'll get the win. Thomas come homes for 2. We've got
alongside of him is Dave Dawson and Russell Booth. As a green flag flies and we're away.
down in turn 1, Craig Olive will lead them through track. A little bit more dewy now and a bit more rubbered in on the bottom of this track, so we'll have to see how and Nostalgia's handle it. Don't forget, Dennis Booth, the length to the start of the rear for the
Petersen.
Petersen.
Years I can race it. A VK.
VK, it's so close.
I've got a VC, but it's still not close enough.
How could it be VK versus Toronto? That's not even the same class.
Final corner. Craig Olive's going to take home the Super Auto Services Carina Classic for Nostalgia's. Rossi Oliver.
25 laps. We're set this time. And the green flag flies and we will go racing.
Bit more even start this time. Carlish still gets shoved out. It's the top 2 we expected, Smith and Armstrong, to lead this one. Queensland title, 25 to go. Huge race for our Vic to get down the inside of Smith. Carlish holding off Bennett. And Lawrence now goes to the outside.
Yeah, the 6T right now with so much grip coming off the corner and traction. Car just drives.
20 laps time.
Yeah, the track's still got developing to do, Brendan, as you're saying. And Brad Smith out front, he won't know where anyone else on the racetrack behind him is really running. So you might see Armstrong start to try some new things, maybe move up the racetrack slightly to find some more grip. And again, the gap hasn't grown too exponentially. Armstrong's just still there or thereabouts. Armstrong is closing on your race leader. Boot making it very difficult right now. Smith gets a good run through turn number 3, but not 4. Wooten's still holding on, and Smith needs to get a hustle on here. He clears the Q7 now and takes the spot.
We'll go home. Is 4th worth keeping? If you may as well go for it to try and get on the podium.
Yeah, exactly right. You want to go home with a trophy? Just go home with a car and the trailer. What do you want to do? And Brad Smith putting on another clip here at Carina Speedway. And this will be interesting, Brendan.
Bennett should follow Smith here. He should go straight behind him.
3 to go.
Should try and hug to the back and do exactly what Smith does. And while he's unsettled, try to pass Carlish, get in there.
Oh, Daniel Beck. Can he do what he just witnessed Smith do? Go around the outside of the 25 car. He looks to the inside again. But Brad Smith will take the white flag with 1 more lap to go on the Queensland title. While it's 3 seasons since we had a Queensland champion. And in the 10th running of the late model Queensland title, Brad Smith takes home the Q1.
Bennett absolutely went for it on the last corner, last lap. Couldn't get it. Carlish will hold on to 3rd. Armstrong home.
Don't forget, folks, presentation down in the pit area for our trophies for nostalgias and our...
It's been a long, long season, and this one tops. Put your hands together for your feature race winner, Queensland champ, Brad Smith.